Well, if you are tired of traffic and road work, this might seem a little odd. TxDOT is getting rid of thousands of pieces of equipment it uses to fix those problems. It's a plan called Fleet Forward, and it's a sign the agency is searching hard for ways to save some money.
Now, let's put TxDOT's role into perspective. It maintains 80,000 roadway miles across the state. There are also 52,000 bridges to take care of. TxDOT in all owns 16,000 maintenance vehicles, but that's the number that this plan would cut. Our political reporter Josh Hinkle checked and found it could actually save money and help drivers in the long run.
If you're in the market for some major maintenance equipment, the Texas Department of Transportation is having a blowout sale soon. You could get this used roller for $83,000. This old truck is worth $84,000. And this underutilized John Deere blade could go for $86,000.
We're talking front-end loaders, backhoes, graders.
The head of TxDOT says it's all part of cutting more than a third of its fleet, from 16,000 pieces of equipment to 10,000 statewide. Here in the Austin district, the number will go from 750 to 340.
We have more vehicles than we need. So let's talk about how we reduce that and save money for taxpayers.
Take these two dump trucks, for instance. They're as old as me, 32. No one climbs on board to use them anymore. They don't even have air conditioning, so maybe it's time to sell them off and make a profit. TxDOT also says it's cheaper to rent a replacement instead, because crews might only use it for a few days at a time, and the rental would be new. In a recent test, a crew working with a piece of older road widening equipment was completing about 1,800 feet a day. After renting a newer unit to finish the job, they were completing about 9,000 feet a day.
I hate driving on the highway when it's not fixed. It makes me angry.
When you drive a nice car like mine, you worry about it. We got some pretty bad roads in the state of Texas.
This should help. TxDOT estimates a $500 million savings over a decade with this plan. The agency will continue to own equipment it uses the most, and there's an idea to save money there too, a system UT civil engineers developed.
It goes through essentially the same process that you and I go through when we decide to keep or replace our car every year.
Their fleet optimization software determines the most cost-effective time to trade in a vehicle.
Renting or leasing is probably a good idea because a lot of the equipment is not used every day. Now, a large fraction of it is. For example, the pickup trucks that the maintenance people use go every day. In fact, many of them go 7 days a week.
The software estimates TxDOT could save another $50 million over a decade if it uses this program.
Do more with less.
Engineers say the agency is open to that possibility. TxDOT says it's exploring many options.
Every dollar you can find allows you to put that money back into projects.
Some questions we had for TxDOT officials. Since you're downsizing a fleet, does that mean you're downsizing jobs? They say no, because no one was really using that equipment anyway. How will they choose the rental companies for the new equipment? There will be a competitive bidding process. And for other people, communities, construction companies, when can they buy the used TxDOT equipment? There will be an auction in the next 6 to 9 months. Josh Hinkle, KXAN News.
Thanks, Josh. TxDOT has said it needs $4 billion a year to keep up with growing needs on our highways. In the last special legislative session this year, state lawmakers were only able to work out a plan for $1.2 billion a year, an amount you, the voter, will have to give final approval to in next year's November election.